Nice to see you again.
Whoa, what's that? Hello, hello. Oh my goodness,
Whoa.
that's weird. Okay, that was strange. A burst of sound in my headphones. Wake up. Hello. Welcome to Verbling. I'm Teacher Oakley, and today we're going to be looking at collocations of words, learning some vocabulary, learning some phrases, combinations of words, collocations, located, co, with each other. So things like adjectives and nouns, verbs and object nouns, verbs and prepositions. Whoa, what is that? Wow, there is a weird, very high-pitched sound that feedback I'm getting. I don't know if it's you or me or Google or what, but that is just awful. Okay, I hope that doesn't happen again. Okay, we're gonna look at these collocations by doing a little bit of reading together, discussing them, and then by the end of class, we'll do a few exercises to check our understanding of the use of these collocations. What is that? It's horrible. Okay, let me cautiously try to welcome you to the class in case somebody's trying to secretly destroy my hearing forever. Okay, hello, Anna.
Hello, teacher. Nice to see you again.
Okay, that was safe. Okay. Hi, Anna. All right. Very good. Thanks. Also, let's see. Natalia is with us. Ow. Again, what is that sound? What is going on? Natalia, hello?
Hello, hello. Nice to meet you all.
Okay, nice to have you here. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Okay, Mikhail?
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome back. Good to see you again. All right. Dang, again, hi, how are you? Welcome back. Hi, Dang. Welcome, Dang. Can't hear you, but we'll come around to you. What is that? Saiban, hello? Welcome.
Hi, teacher. How are you, teacher? Good, thank you.
Well, I'm okay, except there's a very high-pitched, shrieking feedback sound. Is anybody else? You guys hear that?
I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm hearing that. So I will. I just keep my the sound very low. I keep the sound very
I can't
low.
do that. I have headphones. Does everybody else hear that? Anna?
Yeah, but we don't have that noise.
Yes.
Yeah, I also hear it.
But very low. For us, it's not a problem, no?
Yes. Yes. Very low, too.
You all hear it? What is that?
Yeah.
That is very, very odd. Anybody have any genius ideas what that is?
No.
Technical geniuses in the class? Anybody? No?
Sorry.
Golly. All right.
But, sorry, teacher, if you change in the headphone?
Change my headphones?
Yes, your headphone. I don't know. It's probably
very odd. Oh my God. It's painful.
We can't hear you. Okay, we can't hear you. Sorry.
I can hear you, teacher.
I can't hear you.
Hello? Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Now there
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. That's better, I think. I hope. Okay. And, all right. Hello, V?
Yes, hello, teacher.
Hi. Welcome. Welcome to the class. Okay. Yeah, I unplugged my headphone and plugged it back in, and I think it's okay now. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's talk about some collocations here. Collocations that have to do with, I haven't even said the topic. Collocations that have to do with talking about the weather. Okay, let's get started. Talking about the weather. Okay. All right, Anna, it has your name on it, so I guess it's for you.
Okay.
You can read the whole thing.
Okay. It's great here. Have had unbroken sunshine ever since we arrived there. Continue? I can
Sure.
continue?
Sure.
Okay.
Go for it.
We are having a wonderful time, though in the middle of the day it's just too scorching hot to do anything but lie on the beach soaking up in the sunshine. This is the life.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about some of these collocations that are in bold print. Unbroken sunshine would suggest what?
When the sun is continuous, it is not intermittent.
Very good. Not intermittent. No clouds at all. Okay, number two is a very strong collocation, scorching hot.
I suppose it's extremely hot.
Really, really hot. Yes, and it's an extreme adjective. And you may hear English speakers just simply say it's scorching outside without even just, okay, well, scorching outside. I guess it's modifying outside. Anyway, okay, soaking up the sunshine. Okay.
It's wonderful to be lie on the hammock, taking the sun.
Just relaxing in the sun, basically doing
Yes.
nothing at all.
I love it.
You do, okay. Be careful though. Too much sun is not good. Okay, let me quickly welcome Sasha to the class. Hello, Sasha. How are you today? Nice to have you back. Hi, Sasha. Okay. Well, we'll get to you later. Natalia, can you read this next section here? What these are? These are like postcards. Basically, that's what they're supposed to be. Postcards talking about the weather. Natalia, can you read this one?
Yeah, so it's been pouring with rain all day. In fact, I've never seen such torrential rain. It's freezing cold in the tent. We all got soaked to the skin. Every half hour we look out of the tent hoping for a break in the clouds. In vain. We are going to a hotel next year.
Okay. Obviously, these poor folks are on a camping vacation, right?
Yeah.
All right. It's pouring rain. Again, okay, now here I have to say, Americans just say it's pouring rain. We don't bother with the preposition with. That actually sounds very strange to me as an American. We would pouring with rain. Well, obviously, if it's pouring, it is with rain. I don't know. That sounds strange to me. It's pouring rain outside. Another possible collocation Americans like to use, Natalia, is it's pouring buckets. Have you ever experienced rain that that's pouring buckets?
I suppose I have, but so I have never dealt with this phrase, with this collocation.
Okay, but you get the idea. Very similar. Also,
Mm-hmm.
torrential rain, the next one. This is a very
Mm-hmm.
strong collocation. Torrential rain, it's pouring buckets, or maybe it's coming down buckets. The idea that the water's coming down as if somebody was just pouring it out of a bucket. All right, freezing cold. Well, that's a pretty obvious collocation. There's another one here, however, which is not in bold. Soaked to the skin. What is the idea there, Natalia?
So we are very wet. So I don't know. So our clothes are really very wet. So everything is wet.
Exactly. Do you know any other ways to say that? Maybe, for example, soaking wet or drenched. One word, adjective. We're drenched. We're soaked to the skin. Okay. Drenched. Okay, if they're waiting for a break in the clouds, what are they waiting for, Natalia?
Sorry.
They're waiting for a break in the clouds.
Yeah. So we are waiting for the moment when there is the sun in the sky, when the clouds just go away, at least for a minute, for a second.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, probably they're waiting for the sun, but you know, if you were trying to watch shooting stars at night, you could be waiting for a break in the clouds as well. This phrase would work at night just as well. We want to see some shooting stars, so we're hoping for a break in the clouds. Okay, or what is it called? When there's no clouds, it's clear. Okay, or clear weather. We're waiting for the sky. Another way to say it is we're waiting for the skies to clear. Yeah. Okay. Mikhail, try this next little postcard here.
It rained heavily all day yesterday, but it's dry at the moment. There is thick cloud, and it certainly looks like rain. Quite a strong wind is blowing too. I'm glad. And it's an M.
Am
Oh,
glad.
I'm
Yeah.
glad we bought warm clothes.
Okay. Yeah. This is strange, right? There's no subject noun.
So it's I'm glad.
I am glad. It's supposed to
I'm
be.
glad.
This sentence is incorrect grammar. Yeah, I
Oh.
understand what caused you pause. This is a postcard. So people
Okay.
that write postcards tend to write extremely informally. Okay, so like writing text messages, or even sometimes in the actual conversational speech, we may use what's called ellipsis. We may drop the subject noun if the speaker or writer assumes that you know who the subject noun is. It's sometimes in very, very, very informal speech or writing, we drop the subject noun. Okay, also, Mikhail, before we actually look at our collocations, clothes.
Close.
Yeah. Okay, you got to make sure it's one syllable. Proper pronunciation is the voiced TH sound, clothes. However, a piece of advice for you and everybody else, 99% of all native speakers say close, the same as close the door.
Okay.
Why? Because it's a lot easier. It's a reduced form, but it's a heck of a lot easier to say with a Z sound, like close the door. Glad we brought warm clothes. It's just easier. So we basically drop the TH completely. in other words.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at the collocations. It rained heavily. Okay,
A lot of
heavy and rain, right. There's a heavy rain outside. We can use it that way as well, as instead of, okay, it's raining heavily. We can use the adverb, or we can use the adjective and the noun. Adjective in the noun, or the adverb in the verb. There was heavy rain all weekend.
okay.
Either way, they're both very common. What is the opposite of heavy rain?
Or very soft, no.
No, good guess, but no.
No.
It's a tough question. Put you on the spot.
Opposite.
It's a heavy rain or a light rain.
Light.
There you go. Heavy and light. Yes, those are the commonly collocated. Okay. Collocated adjectives with rain. Okay, thick cloud. Notice something weird here, right? I don't know if you guys noticed this. This will happen. There's thick cloud. I think you noticed, Mikhail, because you did a little pause.
When there is a lot of clouds, no, all the sky is cloudy.
Right. Okay, that's absolutely correct. That's what it means. But looking at it grammatically, it seems like there are thick clouds. Why is it singular? Sometimes this happens. There is thick cloud. We're using cloud as a. This is a strange thing. Cloud can be countable. I see 3 clouds in the sky. I see a cloud that looks like a dinosaur. Okay, but when there's thick cloud, there's so much cloud, it seems to be amorphous. It seems to be one thing. So that's why they're using it as an uncountable. They use the verb is and cloud, not plural. So that's possible.
Could we, like, speaking about the sky, thin cloud sky? The meaning of this expression, thin cloud.
This is weird, but you probably would only use this with, like, this collocation. There's thick cloud. There's a lot of cloud cover. Well, that's using the noun as an adjective.
Okay.
But it's very strange, because if there weren't many clouds, then you would say, oh, there's a few clouds in the sky, or there are some thin clouds in the sky, because you can actually count them when they're separated. Yeah. Weird thing, right? It's a little strange, but if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. Things like gas, liquids are always uncountable. Milk, water, coffee, whatever. Gases are always uncountable. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, whatever. It's always uncountable. So when it's indistinguishable, you cannot count it. You can make it uncountable, like cloud.
Okay.
All right. And it looks like rain. Very common phrase. Okay. It's just very common to say this. Oh, it looks like rain today. We don't say it looks like it is going to rain. It's just much more common to use this very short phrase.
And there are different possibilities. Looks like not only rain, but all different words.
Yes.
Looks like.
Looks like snow.
Snow. Looks like
clear weather.
Clear weather.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
looks
right.
Looks like sunny, for instance. No.
No. It looks like clear weather would be common. Looks like rain. Okay. Looks like snow. Yeah. Looks like a storm. I think you could say that. Okay, and last little piece here. A strong wind is blowing. I'm going to do it to you again. What's the opposite of a strong wind?
Light wind in
Yeah,
this
you
case,
got it,
or
man. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that's right. A light wind, or you might say a light breeze. Breeze
breeze.
is more. And here, Mikhail, sometimes we can co-locate soft, a soft rain, a soft wind, a soft
And
breeze.
heavy wind? No.
Heavy wind, yes.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Heavy wind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be all right. Okay, let's move on here. Okay, let's look at some other common collocations, and we can read the examples here. Okay, let's talk about weather conditions. All right. To describe what the weather is doing, the action the weather is taking. Dang, are you there? Dang,
Okay.
hi. Okay, weather can deteriorate or improve. Can you read the example here? Dang.
Uh, I don't. I don't understand.
Can you read the part of the
Okay.
sentence I've highlighted, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay. The weather is likely to deteriorate later on today.
Okay, good job. Deteriorate. So is the weather going to get worse or better?
Sorry.
So does this sentence mean the weather will get worse or get better?
I I think get worse.
Yes, definitely. Obviously, the opposite is improves. So the weather is going to deteriorate probably means, well, okay, dang, how might the weather deteriorate? Deteriorate. What might happen, for example?
Uh, it's so hot, or or
Yeah, yeah, okay. So that's funny. It's not funny, but I understand you. Dang, are you Vietnamese?
yes.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. Dang, I'm an American, but I live in the Philippines, so we have similar weather. So I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Here, the weather gets worse when it gets hotter and hotter and hotter. It becomes unbearable. I know what you mean, but most English speakers, they don't live in hot countries like we live in. So if the weather's going to get clear and sunny, we would never say the weather is likely to deteriorate, even if it's going to get hotter. I do understand you. But if an English speaker says the weather's deteriorating, he probably means rain or snow or get much colder. They're not going to use this phrase if it's going to get hotter. Although I understand, Dang, I'm with you. For us, it means worse. I totally get where you're coming from, but English speakers would probably not use it that way.
I
Uh,
understand.
yeah, okay. I'm glad you brought that up. It was a very good point that needed to be brought up. Thank you. Okay, Sasha. Thick,
Hello.
dense fog. All right.
Yes.
Patches of fog. A blanket of fog. Fog, 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 fog. What is fog, first of all, before you even read this?
It's like smoke, but evaporated water from the ground.
Very good. All right, evaporated water from the ground looks like smoke. Okay. All right, there's several collocations with fog. Can you read a couple of these sentences?
Yes. There is thick fog on the motorway. There are patches of fog on the East Coast, but those should lift by midday.
Okay. What's going to happen if the patches of fog are going to lift?
It disappeared.
All right. Yep. Okay. All right. A blanket of fog. Okay. Have you ever been hiking in the mountains and looked down into the valley and seen a blanket of fog?
I know what it means. We have
Sometimes it
the same
happens.
expression, blanket.
Oh, you do?
Clouds, fog.
Okay. Yeah, okay. A blanket of clouds could also be used. That's a good point. Okay, these are very common and strong collocations. All of these thick, dense fog, patches of fog. If you're driving on the highway and you're in fog, you're out of fog, you're in fog, you're out of fog. We drove through patches of fog. These are definitely strong collocations. Okay, next one. V. Oh, V's gone. Okay. Event's gone. All right. Oh, back to Anna. Anna.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. You're back. We're back in the sun again with you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Strong sun, weak sun. Okay.
Yes. Avoid going on the beach at midday when the sun is strongest.
Okay. Does where you live, Anna, get strong sun? Is your house in an area where you get strong sun?
Yes, yes. But especially in the beach during the summer, July or August, is impossible to be on the beach taking the sun around these hours, from 3 to 5 o'clock is impossible. In addition, is dangerous because of ultraviolet rays.
Rays. But okay, yeah, all right. This sentence indicates that the sun is strongest at midday, which directly overhead, which would make sense. But in many countries, that's not necessarily true. The sun can at least feel stronger at different hours of the day. Like Anna just said, in the afternoon, it's impossible to be at the beach. We can also talk about strong sun and weak sun depending on location. Oh, okay. I want to put my garden in behind my house because it gets weak sun in the morning, and I don't want my plants to get too much sun. I want to put the rose bushes in the front of the house because it gets strong sun.
Okay. Yes, in my house happens the same. We can be in the garden around 3 or 4 o'clock because it's boiling. In Seville, in my city, we could have in summer 45 degrees, more or less, or even in plain sun, 50 degrees sometimes.
Ouch. That's too hot. Yeah,
Yes.
that's too strong. Okay. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. Okay. Natalia, let's talk about driving rain.
Yeah, so
All right.
road conditions are difficult because of the driving rain.
Okay. The idea here has nothing, all right, this is kind of an unfortunate sentence. It has nothing to do with the road. You can have a driving rain and be on a mountaintop.
Mhm.
The concept here is that the rain is coming down. It actually maybe even hurts your skin. It's coming down forcefully. The rain has force when it's coming down. It's not just lightly falling on you, it's hitting you. Okay, that's the idea.
Okay.
Very close to what you read about earlier. Torrential rain, driving rain. Very close. What was the other phrase that we had? I don't remember.
Mm.
Torrential rain, very heavy rain, driving rain. Okay, all of those. All right. Have you ever experienced a really heavy rain?
I suppose so. Yeah, it happens from time to time. Well, not very often, but so in summer there are showers, and so sometimes we can identify them as driving rain, I suppose.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever experienced horizontal rain?
I don't know what it is.
Well, vertical is up and down.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Horizontal being side to side. Well, okay. For example, in a hurricane or a typhoon, the rain does not come down from the sky. You actually can see the rain basically blowing from left to right.
Mm-hmm.
It is horizontal completely.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
I haven't experienced such rain.
oh, it's a lot of fun, I'll tell you. No, not really. For example, I have a porch with a deck. I have a deck roof that reaches out, I don't know, 4 meters, but it doesn't matter in a typhoon because the rain is horizontal. It comes straight across and into my window. Yeah, anyway. Okay, moving on. Mikhail, all right,
Heavy,
yeah, go
heavy,
ahead.
fresh, crisp, thick, driving snow. The snow is slowly and crisp this morning.
Okay, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard it said that the Inuit people, the Eskimo people of the Arctic Circle in North America, I've heard it said that they have 100 different words for snow. For all
Yeah,
the
I heard.
You've heard that?
Yes, I heard the same. Yes.
Different textures and types of snow. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know, but being that I grew up in a definitely snowy place, there's certainly a lot of collocations that go with snow. Heavy snow, more or less like heavy rain, just a lot.
And
By
strong,
the way,
in this case, a strong snow is correct.
no, there was a heavy snow last night. No, you wouldn't say a strong snow. No, you would
Okay.
never say a strong snow, actually. Good question. Okay. What is a snowstorm called? A snowstorm that involves a lot of wind, high winds, and lots of snow. Do you know what that's called? Not a collocation, but the one word,
I don't know.
it's a blizzard.
Blizzard. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is I think that there is a branch of outdoors things. Blizzard. A branch.
Is it?
Called in this way. Yeah.
Oh, probably. Makes sense. I'm not familiar with it, but probably. Fresh snow, okay. Snow when you see it in the morning before it gets all dirty and disgusting. Fresh snow. Crisp snow, usually if it's very cold, depending on the temperature, snow tends to have a different texture and feel, even look. Crisp snow is very shiny and sparkly and usually comes down when it's very cold. Thick snow. Okay, driving snow, just like driving rain. It's coming down so fast that you can't see through it. All right. Do you know any other collocations for snow, Mikhail?
Mm. No, I can't imagine any other.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I can because I'm a skier. So we have skiers have powder snow, corn snow. What else? Chock-a-block. Well, that doesn't. Okay. Crusty snow, crust snow, where you step on it and it's like stepping on a cookie. It goes like stepping on a bag of potato chips or something.
Did you use dust snow? Because in Spanish it's
yes.
when it, yeah.
Okay. Yep. Dust snow. That's possible. And that's not very common, but I definitely, actually, how we use that, it is common, but the weather forecaster will say, last night we got a light dusting of snow.
Mm-hmm.
A light dusting of snow overnight. That would be very common for weather forecasters. So yeah, we do use that. Good one. Most people don't like it. My favorite skiing condition was corn snow. I loved skiing corn snow. It's spring snow, where it kind of rolls up into little balls, but it's wet. Oh, wet snow.
And sorry, when the snow is not so hard, when it's not rain, but it's not snow. It's just something in the middle. Do you
Yes.
use water snow or snow water or something like that?
No, we use sleet.
Sleet.
Yes, it's like a mix between snow and rain. It is sleeting outside.
Okay.
Okay, you can even use it. It is snowing, it is raining, it is sleeting. Yes, good question. Okay.
Sleeting.
I'm never gonna make it through here. Okay. Okay. Dang. This one.
Okay. Yes.
Hard frost.
Hard frost. There will be a hard frost tonight.
Okay. What is a hard frost, Dang? Do you have any idea?
Oh.
You're in Vietnam. I don't know if you have a hard frost.
Yes, I don't know.
I don't know if you've ever seen this. Okay. A hard frost in the fall, generally speaking. And overnight, it's always at night, it has to be. Overnight, the dew, like in the summer, you wake up early in the morning, the grass is wet. Okay, that's the condensation of the water in the air. It condenses and collects on the grass. That's called dew. D-E-W, dew. When it gets colder, obviously, hot air rises, so the coldest air being on the bottom, usually, never mind anomalies like temperature inversions, but normally cold sinks, heat rises. So the cold air on the bottom will freeze the dew or the condensated water, and it will freeze. So it's frozen like ice on the ground, a very, very thin layer of ice on the ground. The ground looks white, in fact. Okay, that's what it is, Dang. So it doesn't look like snow, but all the pieces of grass and the leaves are like coated in white. They look frozen. That's a hard frost. The opposite of hard frost, can anyone tell me? Of course you can't, because there is no opposite. We never say there's a soft frost. We have no such there's no such concept. There's either there's a frost. You don't have to say hard. You don't have to say the collocation. It frosted last night. There was a frost last night. Meaning maybe it's not everywhere. It's in patches. If there's a hard frost, it's basically everywhere. But there's no other collocation. There is no soft frost.
Maybe teacher is light frost.
A light frost. Yeah, but nobody says that. A light frost.
No.
It makes sense. It makes sense, but nobody says it. Oh, there was a little bit of frost last night.
Okay.
A light frost? Well, maybe. I mean, it would certainly be understandable. I just don't think it's used very much. Okay, but anyway. Sasha, let's talk about the wind beneath your wings. Let's talk about wind. Okay, we got high, strong, or the light, biting winds. What is a biting wind? Any idea?
It's I think it's very strong, maybe, and cold.
Strong and cold. That's it. Exactly. Okay. The verbs we use for the action. Well, the action. No. The strength. The change of the wind. The wind picks up, or the wind dies down. We don't say it speeds up. We don't say it slows down, even though that's what it does. We never say that in English. We say it picks up or dies down. Also, the wind can blow, or the wind can whistle. Okay. What does that mean? What is the difference, Sasha? The wind is blowing.
And whistles.
Yeah. Well, actually, here it is. Yeah.
Whistles. Maybe it's hard. It's more hard wind than blows.
Not exactly. Actually, it's easier to describe. Let me have you read these example sentences, and then I can describe it.
The wind was light this morning, but it's picking up now and will be very strong by the evening. The wind was whistling through the trees.
There's the key. Through the trees. When we say the wind is whistling, we're inferring that it's going through something. The wind was whistling through the trees.
Through the window, through the door.
Yeah, it's got the idea that it's partly obstructed. Like, you know, when you whistle, you obstruct the air with your lips, so it makes a noise. So there's the idea that it's somehow obstructed by something. And that it's going fast, but both things are kind of inferred. All right. Okay, let's read one more little news article. Freak storms. Oh my gosh, freak storms. Anna, can you...
Yes, freak storms devastated. Well, very unusual, abnormal.
Well, they used to be. Nowadays, they're normal.
Yes, a great phenomenon because it can devastate an area.
That's right. Freak storms are on the extreme edges of amount of water or amount of snow. Precipitation, by the way. What is precipitation, Anna?
I think is heavy rain.
Actually, any kind of water falling from the sky is precipitation. It can
Yes.
come in the form of rain, snow, or hail. What is hail?
Hail. Well, at the moment, I don't know, but let's see. Let's see.
Well, I don't think it's here, so I'm going to tell you. Hail is a phenomena where the moisture in the cloud actually sinks down through the clouds, comes down as rain, but then it starts to freeze, and then it goes back up into the higher clouds. So it's going up, it yo-yos, like a yo-yo, back and forth in the cloud. So it gets bigger and bigger. It turns to rain, and it falls, and then it freezes, and it rises, then it sinks, and then rises again and gets more coating on the outside. So they're like little ice balls. They
Yes,
could be,
yes.
yeah.
I got it. Thank you. Yes.
And they occur not in the winter, but in the summer when it's hot. So the heat rising causes them to rise up in the cloud again. So they come usually during very, very severe thunderstorms. You get hailstorms. They occur when there's tornadoes.
Teacher, are you there?
Yes, sorry, I
Okay.
muted myself. Sorry about that. Okay, yes, so hail occurs during thunderstorms, or if tornadoes are famously precluded by hail. Okay, Natalia, can you go ahead and, well, yeah, okay. You can read the first couple sentences, I suppose.
So, yesterday, freak weather conditions hit the southwest of England. Gale force winds caused a lot of damage to property.
Okay, very good. Gale force winds. Aha. Okay. What are your gale force winds?
So, as far as I know, a gale is some wind, strong wind, but a little bit lighter than storm. Or maybe I am wrong.
Well, usually gale force winds are very, very strong winds. Okay. Remember what we were talking about? Horizontal rain? Gale force rain, gale force winds. That's like, there you go. You're talking about either a very severe storm or possibly hurricanes or typhoons. All right, so that would be extremely strong wind.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and let's finish up here. Mikhail?
A number of buildings were destroyed, roofs were torn off, and fences were blown down. Several rivers barred their banks.
Okay, well, buildings were destroyed, that's fairly obvious. Roofs were torn off. Goodbye, roof. And fences were blown down. A wind blows things down. What does it mean that rivers burst their banks?
First, that maybe the level of the water is higher than it used to be, or
higher than
the water go outside the river.
That's it. Outside the river bank. That's it. The rivers have flooded, in fact. Okay. Excuse me. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can remember some of these collocations in the last few minutes here. All right. Dang. Crisp. What? You remember?
Crisp storm.
Sorry?
Sto
Like
Creep storm.
crisp.
Snow. Snow.
Snow, that's it.
Snow.
Crisp. Crisp snow.
Crisp
What else is
snow.
crisp? Dang. What is something not related to weather? What is something that is crisp?
Uh,
Can you think of anything else that's crisp? What's a crisp food?
creep. Creep.
Well, how about potato chips? Maybe. Okay. Or a cracker. They crunch. Crisp. You eat a potato chip and it makes a sound.
So sorry, this is a onomatopoeia or this
yeah.
word. This
I guess
is a
it is.
relative that has to be with when you are walking along the snow, or and the
Uh,
sound, the noise that you do walking along the snow.
well, kind of. Uh, I think that's where it originally comes from. But since you asked, Mikhail, you can also, we took a walk. It was a very crisp morning, a crisp fall morning. Okay, I'm describing the morning. The air is very, it doesn't make a sound. It's not really onomatopoeia, but we use crisp also to show that it's very, I don't know, bright, clear, but cold. A crisp morning would mean that it's cold, but also clear. I don't know how to explain it exactly. Sharp, crunchy. It's a crunchy morning, but not really related to sound. So this adjective can relate to sound or not to sound. It's sort of the feel of it. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Okay.
Crisp morning, crisp air. These are collocations. Crisp snow, and then crisp crackers, crisp potato chips. Okay. Anyway, Sasha, how about number 2? Patches of what? Ooh, a couple possible.
Patches of fog.
Yes. You can also have patches of snow in the springtime. For example, instead of snow everywhere on the ground, like in the middle of winter, there's some of the snow is melted. So where there's shade under trees, you still see patches of snow. You can also see patches of sunlight because it's cloudy, for example. So we actually patches of has a several weather collocations. Wow. Okay. Natalia, strong. Lots of collocations.
Strong wind, for example.
Yeah. Can you remember any others? Any others, Natalia?
I don't remember any others.
Okay. Strong wind, strong rain. Now, well, no, not strong rain. Heavy rain. Oh yeah. Was there any others with strong? Okay. Strong wind. Oh, okay. Hello, Hajier.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the class.
Thank you so much. It's my first time I joined this website.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. We've only got a couple minutes left, but welcome to the class. Where are you from, Hajier?
I'm from Algeria.
Okay. That's terrific. Hajier, do you know what word collocates with a biting, a weather word? Do you have any idea? I know you kind of missed most of the lesson. No, all right. Let's see if one of your classmates knows. Mikhail, a biting what?
Biting winds.
That's it. A biting wind. A very cold, strong wind is a biting wind. Excellent.
No, but sorry, it's in singular. You can use it in plural. Bite. Sorry, biting. Yes, but biting winds.
Winds.
Yeah. Okay.
No, you can use it that way. I've definitely seen it written in books that way. Biting winds. We're pushing back the travelers at every step. Sure, you can use it kind of plural like that. Okay. Dang. Dang. Biting. Yes, Sasha. Biting cold. Thank you. I forgot. I knew I was trying to think. I know there's another collocation. Absolutely correct. Biting cold. Absolutely. Good one. Dang. Number 5. A hard what? Weather word.
Hard.
Okay. Hajer. Hajer?
Yes.
Hajer, because we can hear everything that's going on at your house, and you probably don't want us to do that. When you're in a Verbling class, you can mute your own microphone when you're not talking. So we won't know all your secrets. Okay? There you go. Otherwise, we'll know everything there is to know about you. Dang, do you remember the collocation with a hard?
I remember a hard frost.
Very good. A hard frost. Could be a hard rain or a hard frost, definitely. Okay, very good. Let's see if we can zip through these last ones. Sasha, torrential.
Torrential. I think I missed it. I've missed it. I don't know.
Torrential rain. This one collocates very strongly with a very, very strong rain is a torrential rain. That's a very strong collocation. Okay. Natalia, unbroken.
Unbroken sunshine.
Okay, very good. Okay. And finally, Mikhail, a blanket of...
I don't remember this last one. A blanket. Yeah. No. A blanket of... I don't remember, sorry.
Okay.
Blanket of...
Could be a blanket of fog, a blanket of mist, perhaps a blanket of clouds.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Guys, that's all I have time for today, but thank you very much. And we'll see you next time here on Verbling.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.